Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Vaughan Grove Stadium in Woodbridge, Ontario, Canada. Live at the Grove in the Bridge for L1ON Ontario Men's Premier Division action. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the Bridge, bringing you this live commentary here in the Bridge. An early chance for Vaughan to strike against this Woodbridge side, but it's brilliant defensively from Carmen Fiore to track. I couldn't even get my first go at it and the intro. And Vaughan, an early opportunity from Chris Campoli, but it was Carmen Fiore with a early 42nd into the match intervention. You're watching Woodbridge Strikers Match Day live on Spideo. It's a pleasure to have you join us on a hot Sunday evening here in the Bridge. Vaughan starting with in goal, Alessio Carbone, Andy Baquero, number 2, Matthew Laurent, number 4, Raheem Rose, number 5, Shamir Omezi, number 6, Chris Campoli, number 8, Ryan Robinson, the captain, number 11, Jacob Bagley, number 16, Alejandro Portal, number 18, Andrea Nungonsa, number 23, and Nick Spittle, number 25. For your strikers, their starting 11 is as follows. Goalkeeper, number 76, David Carano. Captain, number 3, Gianluca Condello. Number 4, Joseph Finney. Number 5, Carmen Fiore. Number 6, Anthony Aromaterio. Number 7, Justin Chiquilo. Number 8, Joe Mack. Number 9, Ronaldo Marshall. Number 11, Luca Pinto. Number 14, Nabil Hakim. And number 15, Anthony Cananisho. A full complement of substitutes for either side. It's the first of 3 installments of the Vaughan Derby. One after another after another. Two league matches and then the League Cup semifinals to be played at North Maple. The first installment is here at the Grove in the Bridge. A jam-packed Vaughan Grove Stadium tonight for the first installment of 3 of the Vaughan Derby, and Woodbridge earn a free kick courtesy of Anthony Aromaterio. Aromaterio first year with the Strikers, also competed in the TST tournament in Cary, North Carolina a couple months back. Gianluca Condello will be standing over top of the ball. Not liking the call was Alejandro Portal, the Cuban. Raheem Rose in the wall. Along with Ryan Robinson, it'll be a Condello in-swinger to start early for this Woodbridge side. See if they can capitalize on a final third free kick, the first set piece of the match. 3 minutes in, an opportunity here for the Strikers. Condello with an in-swinging free kick. It's a good delivery to the back post. It's carrying, though, and it's too much from Condello as that chance goes begging for the Strikers. Woodbridge 4 points up on Scrosapi to win the league title this year in 2025. This little mini-series against Vaughan Azzurri could play dividends for a league title or not for Woodbridge. It'd be up to Vaughan to try to stifle the championship sales of the Strikers in these next 2 weeks. Vaughan starting with majority of the possession. Carbone, the keeper's out. Ronaldo Marshall's tracking him. He's currently the Golden Boot leader in this season with 13 goals, Ronaldo Marshall. He finished second behind Rashawn Walks, the former TFC2 man, last season. Rashawn Walks, former Vaughan Azzurri, now with Simcoe County. Simcoe currently sit third in the table behind Scrosapi. Scrosapi will have a game in hand after tonight's match with Woodbridge and Vaughan. Woodbridge already are well positioned in the league. They just came off a 4-0 victory in Burlington midweek, but Woodbridge, no 6 teams can catch the Strikers. With a win tonight, almost every team can catch them but Scrosapi, but they need the full complement of 3 points this evening. So, with Ronaldo Marshall receiving an early knock on the back of the leg, he now gets up gingerly, jogging to the penalty area. Looking to strike. This time will be an in-swinging free kick from the left boot for Woodbridge. So an opportunity here for the Strikers early on. 4.5 into the match. You saw Vaughan with an early breakaway chance with Carmen Fiore, the Humber Hawk, with a massive defensive intervention. That could have started worrisome for Woodbridge. Now it's worrisome for Vaughan. Back-to-back free kicks conceding. It's a decent delivery. It's there for Woodbridge. Vaughan, Raheem Rose looking away. It comes now to Justin Chiquilo, the York University product. Lays it off for Pinto. Pinto and delivery at the back stick. The return ball in. And the Woodbridge bench, the Vaughan bench goes absolutely irate as it was offside. The striker, Marshall, did not know it was going to be offside. He's got to go for the ball, and the goalkeeper goes up and then falls hard. Fiore was there as well. A little bit theatrical 5 minutes in. This is the match of the week for League One Ontario, as well as live on Spideo. Every match live here at the Grove in the Bridge, the only team to do it in the entire League One Ontario pyramid. The women's team will most likely finish 4th last, unfortunately, this year of 10 teams. 7th in the league with 1 match to go against North Mississauga. Unfamiliar territory for Woodbridge women, but for the men, this has been familiar territory the last couple of seasons. The goalkeeper goes long. Here's Condello. Back to Carano. Carano goes long with it. Mac has to have a flick on. He does, but it is to Omezi. Omezi driving. Omezi now cutting. Looking to release, but a good intervention there from Joe Mack, and now it's found to Anthony Romaterio. Romaterio has to go back. Gives it away, and that's not the smart play that time for Woodbridge, but Romaterio had no support moving forward. You need to get open, looking to find the ball through the channels. Anthony Romaterio that time was looking to keep possession, but it's a cheap corner kick conceded from the strikers. Both teams getting early opportunities. The penalty area jammed in the 6-yard box in front of keeper Carano, as the captain looks for an in-swinging corner in Ryan Robinson. Robinson now goes short, tries to play with Baquero. Andy Baquero, the in-swinging cross. It's up and away into touch for a Woodbridge goal kick. Eight minutes into the first half. Woodbridge 0, Vaughan 0. In the first of 3 installments, a triple header of sorts for Woodbridge and Vaughan. They play tonight, then they'll play next Sunday at North Maple for a league match at 7 o'clock. And then Woodbridge will take on Vaughan back at North Maple for a Wednesday, August 6th, 9 p.m. in the League Cup semifinals. Here come Woodbridge. Joe Mack has room to deliver. He waits too long. There's an opportunity, goes begging. He should have found Pinto on the far side. In my opinion, he just waited too long. You want to try to catch Vaughan off the counterattack early and often. This time now you have to wait for something to come. Here's Condello to Marshall. Marshall got pushed off the ball there and he lost it. And here's Raheem Rose. Rose now running into traffic in Mack. And Rose goes through the rear end of Mack, and a free kick charged against Vaughan. Jam-packed stadium tonight here at Vaughan Grove. Vaughan Derby, the best rivalry, in my opinion, in League One Ontario. Easily hundreds of people here tonight. There's Marshall from Condello. Marshall pushed off the ball, looking for the 1-2. He finds the pass. Woodbridge trying to keep it in. They don't, though, with Pinto getting bodied off the play that time, as Omezi was coming back. Alessio Carbone. The Vaughan keeper has to be careful here. He comes to play it long, and Woodbridge pressing very neatly and putting Vaughan under pressure, and they're causing turnovers. Fini to Nabil Hakim, off the throw. Here's Hakim, a staple at the back line. Him, Condello, and Carmen Fiore have been absolutely brilliant. Hakim needs to move it though, finds a Romaterio. Anthony Romaterio to Joe Mack. Mack goes backwards to the captain, Condello. Condello gets pulled back by the striker. And a free kick again for Woodbridge. A week ago, Joe Mack scored an absolute cracker at Hamilton Stadium against Sigma from 40 yards out, winning 1-0. Can he do it again tonight? Condello forced to go long with Vaughan pressing. It's to the boot of Andrea Nungonza, and Nungonza has to go backwards. Here's Carbone. Carbone going here sideways, and it's a poor ball by the Vaughan keeper. Couldn't connect with Nick Spittle. Here's Feeney. Chiquilo tries to go around Spittle, out the touch for a Woodbridge throw-in. Feeney, the throw in the near corner for Woodbridge. Doesn't really have many options here, just has to maybe go long into the area. He does. Finds Cananisho, but then offside was a Romaterio, and called, and Vaughan will take the deep free kick. They take it quickly. It was a little bit more back, but the ref will allow it. And now Vaughan control. Jacob Bagley looking forward. Trying to thread the needle through. Robinson, 1-2 combination that time with Shemire Omezi. And that goes into touch for a Woodbridge goal kick. Vaughan won a corner, and Carmen Isako is going irate once again. If he's not careful, he's going to get an early caution. Romaterio. A dive there that time from Begley. Pinto takes it now. You can already feel the heated rivalry between the two Vaughan teams. Good pass in the channel. Mack to a Romaterio. Romaterio now finds Luca Pinto. Pinto trying to drive, looking for real estate on the far flank. Couldn't get it. It's off Pinto's boots, and it's a touch for a Vaughan throw. The Azzurri looking forward. And a chance here. Raheem Rose only has one option, has to play it. And he does find his option in Chris Campoli. Campoli. Rose. Spin play. Rose trying to center. No one's there. And Fiore will take it. Fiore picks out Justin Chiquilo. That's a great first touch by Chiquilo. He gets chopped down by Mathieu Laurent. And a free kick again for Woodbridge. Finney stands over the free kick. His only option is to go backwards, and he'll find Nabil Hakim. Hakim to the captain Condello, who'll swing to Carmen Fiore. Fiore, Pinto, back to Fiore. Condello, Campoli forces his hand. He's got to go long, and Woodbridge looking to get it, and that's Pinto climbing the ladder. It's good work from Pinto. Tries to get a Condello. And a free kick, no advantage play going to Luca Pinto and Woodbridge. And again, the Vaughan coach is going absolutely crazy. He's got to pick his battles, in my opinion. You don't want to overstep your hand. In swing and free kick again, coming in from Condello. Just drop it at the penalty spot, in the penalty area. It's short that time from Condello. He's got to try to get the rebound there all the way out. He jumps up, tries to get it. Balquero clears. It's got to be in the box if you're Condello there. These are opportunities that's going begging for Woodbridge. Hakim to Carano. Carano plays it long. Looking to pick out a man, but Spittle with a miss header there, as Rose could have been gone on the near side if he connected. Feeney to Hakim. Hakim to Mack. Joe Mack. Threading the needle right through the middle. To Marshall, to Cananisho. Anthony Cananisho now lays it off to Carmen Fiore. Woodbridge enjoying majority of the ball possession right now. 15 minutes in the affair between the two City of Vaughan teams. Here's Hakim. Nabil Hakim goes long, looks for Feeney. Tracking is Nick Spittle. Spittle gets to it first. He's got to go backwards, look, because he touched it. And Carbone, that's dangerous. He gives it away to Joe Mack. Mack. Looking for Chiquilo. Chiquilo trying to get through. He could not that time, and Woodbridge Vaughan looked to clear. Andy Baquero. Baquero, Campoli, Baquero. Lost that one. That looked like all ball to me. That's a poor call by the head referee, Scott Bowman, in my opinion. Now here come the Vaughan Azzurri. Baquero looking to lay it off. Robinson, the delivery, it's a good one, but it'll come right to the hands of Carano. Shamire Omezi stealing. Finds Ryan Robinson. Robinson, good back heel pass. Omezi now. Omezi driving, centering, and intercepted by Condello. Condello gets a pull. Referee doesn't detect it that time. And Woodbridge go long. Vaughan controlling. Jam-packed house here at Vaughan Grove Stadium tonight for the battle in the Vaughan Derby. Mack, a sliding intervention, clearing it, and it'll be a throw-in for Vaughan. Baquero takes it quickly. Andy Baquero. And here they come forward. Rose, Feeney, good intervention. Second ball finds Campoli though. Now to Raheem Rose. Rose again. Playing that one out to Omezi. Shamide Omezi driving, cutting, and finds Andy Baquero. Baquero now for Vaughan. Looking 1-2 with Rose. Here's Baquero again. And a bad challenge there. It's missed by Pinto, and it might be a caution. It's going to be a yellow card to Luca Pinto. He knows it right away. He missed it.
Yellow card issued in the 18th minute to Woodbridge strikers number 11, Luca Pinto.
So a missed tackle that time from Pinto, and now he's living dangerously the rest of the evening. He knew it right away as soon as he went down. In-swinging free kick coming in from Ryan Robinson. Dangerous here for the Azzurri, but it doesn't pass the front post. In Marshall. Carano, and there's a Woodbridge player down in Finney, holding his face. That goes out for a Woodbridge goal kick. So goal kick for Woodbridge as we approach minute 19. 0-0 between Vaughan and Woodbridge in the first of 3 installments of the Vaughan Derby. Chiquilo forcing Laurent. Carbone looking, and here's Bagley, a good turn out of pressure. Bagley lays it off. Finding Alejandro Portal. Portal 1-2 combo with Shamir. Omezi. And that goes backwards now as Vaughan controls with Bagley. Bagley, Omezi. That's good from Vaughan. Omezi. Robinson wants it. Through ball here. It's aerialed and easy for Carano. To pick it up, Carano plays Condello quickly. Condello has to go long. Looks for Marshall. Marshall bats that down. Finds Cananisho, but Cananisho wasn't quick enough to control. That goes off his boot immediately. The youngster has to try to get rolling in this one here. Baquero. Looking, gets the 1-2 back to Rose. And now that goes off of Baquero. The back spin of the ball might travel out. And that's a Woodbridge throw-in that was misplayed by Andy Baquero that time. Mack takes a touch, then finds a Romaterio. Romaterio, a touch away from a man. He has to go backwards to get out of some danger. Now Condello, he's got to be careful. He gives it away. A misplay by the captain, a chance for Vaquero, but that's a missed pass. And poor from Vaughan. They should have capitalized that time. Very poor from Vaughan after an uncharacteristic giveaway by the Woodbridge captain. And a chance here goes begging for the Vaughan Azzurri. Rose and Campoli should have picked out Vaquero. It was a 3v2 after an error from Condello. Woodbridge going long again. That time they're not getting it. Back long, there could be a chance here for Campoli. Condello loses the battle, shooting! And it goes just wide, and Condello has to get going here. It's back-to-back plays where he's been a little bit out of sorts and very uncharacteristic from the Woodbridge captain. Lost the battle with Campoli just after he gave that ball away. Vaughan are playing the long kick and run right now, trying to go over top of the defenders. Bagley with the header. Now Joe Mack looking. Here's Anthony Romaterio trying to win it, and Bagley will go back up into the air. You see, kick and run right now for Vaughan, and it's working kind of. Rose, good double touch. Finds Vaquero. Vaquero looking through. Good intervention by Fiori. Here's Cananiscio. Lays it off for Luca Pinto. Pinto doesn't really have many options. The two number 11s collide. Pinto and Robinson. Pinto wins the battle. Robinson wins the war there, and he gets it back. Here's Vaquero to Bagley. Bagley to Rose. Right now it's Vaughan on the front foot here. Nick Spittle goes back and finds Mathieu Laurent. Laurent to Spittle. Spittle, Rose. They switch, looking for the overlap. Here's Rose centering, but he gives it away. But then Fiori gives it away. It's not good enough from Woodbridge right now. Good tackle. All ball from Anthony Cananiscio. Takes out Mathieu Laurent. Here's Nick Spittle on the throw. He finds an open Vaquero. Andy Vaquero in the middle of the park now. Trying to find a combination. Lost it to Fiori. Fiori has to move it, but gives it away. So it's right now Vaughan on the front foot here. Woodbridge second best as we approach the 23rd minute. Can they change the script in the bridge? Here's Vaquero. Vaughan are up for the challenge, that's for sure tonight. Looking to give Woodbridge their second loss only in the season. Here's Vaquero. Lost a touch there. Cananiscio. Marshall. Romaterio. And now Romaterio spins the other way and looking to pick out a pass forward. Here's Anthony Romaterio finding Luca Pinto on the early caution. He's got to be wary the rest of the match. He finds Carmen Fiori. Fiori to Joe Mack. Mack will swing to Nabil Hakim. Hakim. Looking, finding a Romaterio in the channel, then finding Ronaldo Marshall. Can he beat his man? Marshall tracking, but a good work from Andrea Nungonza, who gets it away from Marshall immediately. Mack, slide tackle, finds Marshall, who finds Pinto. Pinto moves it back to Ronaldo Marshall. Marshall, the cross is blocked and out into touch for a Woodbridge corner kick. And that's Woodbridge. They have a quick counterattack. They can create something from nothing in moments' time. In swinging corner kick coming from Joseph Finney. Can Woodbridge capitalize on a set piece here in the 25th minute? Finney, back post, and it goes off the Vaughan man in Alejandro Portal for another corner kick for Woodbridge. This time it will be Anthony Cananiscio standing over top of it, the youngster. Cananiscio, the 20-year-old standing over the free kick. Delivery at the back post. Woodbridge get up. Pinto looking for it. Fiori's there. And a foul on Fiore towards the number 6, Shemire Omezi, and a free kick for Vaughan.
The first official has indicated a first half cooling break.
So the head referee indicates a first half cooling break here in the 26th minute. Essentially halfway through the half. 0-0. As you're watching Woodbridge Strikers Matchday live on Spidey, I'm Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the bridge, bringing this play-by-play. It's a pleasure to do so in the first of 3 installments in the 2025 League One Ontario campaign of the Vaughan Derby. 0-0. Vaughan not doing so great this season, all the way down in 8th place with 20 points. Woodbridge are at the top of the table with 34 points, looking for their first ever league title. They've won 2 cups before, but they're looking for their elusive League One Ontario championship. They're close, but still not close enough. Lots of work to do. 4 matches remain after tonight for Woodbridge. And they are in the likes of Vaughan, London, Scrosapi, and London. That Scrosapi match could be the difference maker in this season. Out-of-town scores in League One Ontario. Simcoe are up 1-0 over Sigma right now in the men's Premier Division. 1-0. Courtesy of a Luke Green goal in the 6th minute. You're watching live from the Vaughan Grove Stadium at the Grove in the Bridge for League One Ontario Men's Premier Division action, the 2025 campaign. Vaughan 0, Woodbridge 0. 28 minutes into the first half. Carbone, another bad ball out. Looking for Nick Spittle. Cannot do anything about it. And Carbone having some trouble picking on a man. Not Hakeem that time. Aromaterio to Cananisho. Cananisho to the far flank for Pinto. Pinto first touch, cuts back inside. Now on the left boot delivery. Headed away. Cananisho looks to control. That's off him. He's got to try to keep it in on the far side. That's better from Woodbridge after the cooling break. Fiore goes back to Condello, who swings for Nabil Hakeem. Hakeem looking for real estate up the pitch to maneuver a ball through a channel. Here's Hakeem going back to Condello. Here's Condello. That's a good ball to Pinto. Pinto first touch down to Mack. He'll leave it for Fiore, now to Mack. Joe Mack goes backwards, finds Condello. Vaughan stymieing the Woodbridge attack right now momentarily. But here's a good ball to Feeney from Hakeem. Feeney, first touch, ball's in. Carbone, easy, nobody's there to pressure the keeper. And he'll throw it out quickly to the captain, Robinson. Ryan Robinson, 1v1 with Joe Mack. Mack defending well this time, just tracking his man, and he finds the Cuban native, Alejandro Portal. Portal to Andy Baquero. Baquero. Now Spittle. Nick Spittle cutting. 1-2 wanting with Campoli. Campoli gives it away when he tries to get his ball right back to him, and he does. Campoli. Misplayed by Hakeem. Here's Rose. Rose centering. And that goes just over top of the goal and out to the far side. Robinson, Alejandro Portal. Portal to Begley. Begley's got some room. He'll then deliver to the near side to Mathieu Laurent. Laurent looking for a combination play. Laurent finds Raheem Rose, the 2-time Canadian futsal national champion. Here's Nick Spittle. Spittle back to Mathieu Laurent. Laurent finds Andy Baquero. Baquero finds Rose. Rose cutting. Rose has a chance to shoot. He falls down. That's too easy. Not going to be called. And now Joe Mack onto it. Mack really didn't have much there. He just wanted to clear his lines, and he does. Romaterio steals it. Finds Mac. Romaterio not to Chiquilo. Chiquilo. Baquero tracking. And a foul. The first one is called on Matthew Laurent, taking down Anthony Romaterio. That is the right call. I wouldn't say the foul was on Spizzirri, but the foul was back here towards middle of the pitch on Romaterio. So an opportunity here for Woodbridge. Will they go short? Will they have an in-swinger again here? They will go short. Fini to Romaterio. Anthony Romaterio. Decent ball there, picking out Luca Pinto. Controls with the chest, but it's out of play. Just couldn't connect fully that time. Was a Romaterio. Fini. Karate chops that ball down. Romaterio looking for it. He finds it. Chiquilo. A Romaterio. Chiquilo. And a good sliding intervention by Nick Spittle. Possibly saving a rush there. And here comes the fast Spittle. Up the pitch. And a very good intervention. Joe Mack wins it beautifully. Mamma mia, what a tackle. And a sliding tackle with a great intervention winning the ball was Joe Mack. That's how you track as a central midfielder. Here's Fiore. Fiore looking for Mack, or Cananiscio, I should say, and that's given away by Carmen Fiore. Uncharacteristic from some of the defenders here for Woodbridge tonight. Lots of loose balls out. Rose. Almost a misplay there from him. He goes back to Spittle. To Mathieu Laurent. Laurent will go long. No harm for Woodbridge. It goes right to David Carano. 32 minutes into the first half. It's Vaughan 0, Woodbridge 0 in the first of 3 installments of the Vaughan Derby here at the Grove in the Bridge, the home of the Woodbridge Strikers. The next 2 matches will be at North Maple in Vaughan. Next Sunday in league play, and then the following Wednesday, August 6th, in the League Cup semifinals. The winner going to the final, of course. Long ball away from Ngoza, and now Cananiscio looking for it. And that's always going to be a foul on the push of the backside from Anthony Cananiscio. On Portal, and a chance here the other way. Baquero losing it cheaply that time. There's no way that's a foul. Just falling down. Not going to get it. And here is Fiore. Carmen Fiore. Doesn't have much options. He's going to go long with it. Going to be hard for Marshall. Marshall falls. So does Begley. And a chance here for Woodbridge. Oh! Pinto. They were both going up, Shamir Omezi and Luca Pinto. And Omezi gets fouled. There's no way that's a caution. They're both going up for the ball. Let's see if the head official wants to flex his muscles. Pinto has to be careful, though. You do not want to caution a second one in a dismissal, because then you're probably done. And here's a yellow card going to Begley. I don't know why he hasn't stayed quiet. Yellow card going to Vaughan.
Yellow card issued in the 34th minute to Vaughan Azzurri number 16, Jacob Begley.
Don't know why he just didn't keep his mouth shut there and just kept on playing. Begley with the caution. That time, and Carmen Isako going at it, of course. Probably the most animated coach in the entire League One Ontario pyramid is the Vaughan coach. Here's Begley to Andy Baquero. Baquero goes across to Andrea Nungonza. Nungonza now. 1-2 combination, Campoli. Portal to Robinson. Robinson. Losing the ball. Begley will look to get it. Then he'll kick that one forward. Taken by Joe Mack. Mack's got to be careful. He doesn't have Carano. Oh, that's tight. Carano just has to clear, and the wind is going to keep this one alive. As Woodbridge try to take it forward, a chance here for Vaughan stealing in the final third. Here's Robinson. Robinson. The delivery, Condello gets up and away, but not until Nick Spittle's onto it now. Spittle shooting, deflected, and Carano will hang on to it. As Nabil Hakim took some wind off the sails of that ball going towards the goal. Carano. Long ball, getting held up a bit. That's a missed place header that time by Shemire Omezi. 36 minutes, it's scoreless here in Woodbridge. You're watching Woodbridge Strikers Matchday live on Spidio. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the bridge, bringing you this commentary. It's a pleasure in doing so. League One Ontario Men's Premier Division action. Woodbridge Strikers, Vaughan Azzurri, first of 3 installments in the Vaughan Derby. 0-0 so far between the two. Vaughan looks to dampen the title hopes of Woodbridge. Woodbridge will look to try to extend the lead at the top of the table over Scrosapi. If this result stands at 0-0 or a draw, Woodbridge will go 5 points up on Scrosapi. But they want the full 3. Vaughan looking to play spoiler against their crosstown rivals. Hakim. Not the greatest of balls to Carano. Carano missed it. Oh my goodness. That was dangerous, but you're usually known not to give a ball like that to your keeper. That was tight. Here's Anthony Canonicio. Losing that one really cheaply that time. To Nungonza. And now Raheem Rose. Canonicio hasn't really got acclimated fully into this match. Tough for the 20-year-old. Robinson, Campoli, good first touch. Campoli has to go back to Bagley. Jacob Bagley to Alejandro Portal. Portal, Robinson turning, tries to find Portal, finds Robinson instead. Robinson the move, he's in, and Fiore's got it clear. He finds Pinto. Pinto has no choice just to go along with it. Pinto, now Marshall, Chiquilo stealing it, and then Bagley getting it off of his boots really easily. The front two of Woodbridge have to try to do a little more to have a hold-up play here. The Vaughan defenders are on them like glue. Here's a 1-2 combination. Rose away from Hakim. Header down. Condello clearing his lines, and Woodbridge just have to reset again. So does Vaughan. Looking to control. Laurent back to Carbone. Carbone to Bagley. 2 men coming on him. Bagley, first touch is not a good one. That goes into touch. Feeney goes to Joe Mack. Mack's got acres of room here to go into. Mack to Aromaterio. Anthony Aromaterio now has an overload on the near side. Here's Chiquilo. Here's Aromaterio. 1-2 is on. Aromaterio, who does he have? He cuts back. Finds Chiquilo. Chiquilo shooting. Carbone with the stop. Need a little bit more whip from Justin Chiquilo, but that's one of the best chances of the match so far, coming in favor of Woodbridge in the 39th minute. Here come Vaughan. Back the other way, Omezi finds the captain, Robinson. Robinson going long with it. It's a brilliant ball from Robinson. Picks out Andy Baquero. Can he create magic here for Vaughan? Baquero centering. It's there. The shot comes in. And a chance for Shemire Omezi goes begging right into the hands and palms of Carano. Probably could have done better with the finish, but a big chance for the Azzurri. That is Carano. Header down now to Romaterio. Romaterio tries to pick out Chiquilo. Couldn't that time. Chiquilo's got to track defensively. That's an awful call that time by the ref. There's absolutely no foul there. I don't know what Scott Bowman was looking at. Chiquilo gets called for the foul. Quickly taken by Vaughan. 40 minutes in, 5 remaining, plus any additional time at the end of the first half. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes at the most for the cooling break. Other than that, smooth sailing for the most part, barring a few fouls on either side. Couple cautions as well, one each. Delivery at the top of the area. Baquero lays it off for Nick Spittle. Spittle centering. Chance here. Baquero shooting. And that's wayward that time from Andy Baquero. But a chance again goes begging for Vaughan. Nil-nil. Vaughan and Woodbridge, both teams getting opportunities. I would say a little bit more from Vaughan, but very narrowly margined here. Mac to Chiquilo. Chiquilo on the touch. Finds a Romaterio in the channel, then he gets that ball off of his boot by Begley. And Joe Mack hollering for his teammates to get that ball back. Carbone to Rose. Rose, good first touch. He finds Baquero. Here's Baquero. That's a poor ball that time, looking first. Omezi, and here comes Cananisho. Anthony Cananisho cutting. Doesn't have any options. He has to lay it off and finds Joe Mack. Mack a touch. Mack a shot. Oh, that wasn't far off. He scored a screamer at Hamilton Stadium against Sigma. 6 minutes in from 40 yards out. He was looking to do it from 30 this time against Vaughan. That wasn't that far away from Joe Mack. Romaterio bringing it down, has to go back with it, finds Condello. Condello pushing it forward, good play from him. Who does he have now? Still has it. And then a foul on Baquero on Condello. Joe Mack, the delivery, flicked into the middle. Chance here, centering, but Cananisho, well, that was Fiore, couldn't pick out Chiquilo that time. Hakeem, back to Mack. Mack just has to go back, and now going wide to try to receive again. David Carano to Joe Mack. Mack doesn't have options, goes back to Carano. Carano doesn't have any options either. He's got to go long. It's a decent idea, but he really didn't have anything that time, but poor from Carano. But they got to get open for him to the Woodbridge players forward. Here's Rose. Good first touch. Finds Jacob Begley. Begley. Back to Mathieu Laurent. Laurent to Andrea Nungonza. Nungonza, Rose. Rose out to Alejandro Portal. Can the Cuban create? He finds Shemire Omezi. Omezi. Nungonza. Back to Omezi. Omezi to Begley. 43 minutes in. Begley now, I should say. Finds Spittle. Back to Begley. Begley to Andy Baquero. Baquero. Going back to the middle of the park. Then he'll swing it to Campoli. Vaughan switching sides, switching positions here, looking for an opening. Rose. Raheem Rose looking to create. Can he do so? Towards the top of the area. Goes back to Jacob Begley. Begley to Rose. Rose. This is good work from Vaughan on the build-up play here. Baquero lays it off for Spittle. He's in a crossing position, but they don't want to put it in the area right now. Here's Baquero to Rose. Rose looks for Baquero. Feeney tracks. Feeney kept it in. He gets up and makes the play. It's brilliant from Joseph Feeney. He has to go long with it. Trying to find Chiquilo. Headed by Laurent. Marshall knew he had to come over to help. He does, and that's a very weak foul by the referee called on Marshall on Rose in the 44th minute. Very, very weak. Don't give it because the name of the experience. Give it because it's a foul. In my opinion, that's not. When you go down easily and cheaply, you got to keep the play alive. So a dangerous free kick at the death of the half for Vaughan. Will it be a chip in the area or will it be a shot towards the goal from Baquero or Rose? Looks like Baquero in swinger. Rose might make a dash towards the line for a run here, or will it be Rose chipping it in? Raheem Rose fakes. Baquero takes. The delivery is good and headed away by Woodbridge.
The fourth officials indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time.
So 2 minutes of added time here. That was a big clearance from the Woodbridge defenders. That's a loose ball. Romaterio looks to pick out Marshall, but Bagley away. That could have been a chance on the counterattack, but Woodbridge can't execute. Another weak foul and a flop from Portal in the 45th minute. Ball coming on the near side to Nick Spittle. Spittle looks for Campoli. Can Vaughan get something at the death of the half? That's blocked into touch. And it will be a Vaughan corner kick in the 46th minute. So we're into the final minute of this half. Can Vaughan get something very late here and put pressure on Woodbridge at the halftime interval? 30 seconds remain. Andy Baquero standing over top of it. It's a good delivery. Front post. Flick on comes, but it comes to Romaterio. Chiquito looks to put pressure on Spittle. Spittle will go back to Carbone, the keeper. Carbone. Vaughan looking forward. There's room here. Akeem has to deal with it. He falls down. He's got to get up. Here's Rose. Rose looking. And that's a handball on Romaterio right at the death of the half. And a chance here for Vaughan late. Right in the 47th minute. Added time is over at the minimum. And this will be the last kick of the match. And it will be the captain looking to stand over it, Ryan Robinson. Can he stun Woodbridge late in the first half? This is not what Woodbridge need or want at this time. You need to go into the halftime deadlocked. Big opportunity here for Vaughan. They have Spittle on the near side. Robinson shooting. And mamma mia, what a save. David Carano at the death of the half. Vaughan complaining they want the corner. They're not going to get it. We're already at 48. And mamma mia, a big stop for David Carano to keep the score at bay.
The halftime score is Vaughan Judy 0 and your Woodbridge Strikers 0.
We will see you shortly in about 15 minutes live on Slidio for Woodbridge Strikers Matchday Live. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the bridge. Don't go anywhere, folks. Woodbridge 1, Vaughan 1 in the first of 3 installments of the Vaughan Derby, live at the Grove in the Bridge for League One Ontario Men's Premier Division action.
For all the latest League One Ontario match updates, scores, stats, standings, and news updates, be sure to download the new League One Live app for free from the Apple or Android app stores. Be sure to check out the new League One website at www.league1ontario.com, powered by Comet. You can also stay connected to League One Ontario on social media. You can follow League One Ontario on Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Also, be sure to subscribe to League One Ontario TV on YouTube to view full matches, highlights, and feature stories throughout the 2025 season. Woodbridge Striker Soccer Club would like to acknowledge the following club partners for their generous support: Green Clean, Elite Suites, RFA Automotive Group, Ice Cream Patio, and Venue Event Space. We would also like to acknowledge the following league partners: the Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry; Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel; One Soccer is the home of soccer in Canada. Follow your favorite League One alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the Telus Canadian Championship, and with our Canadian national teams all exclusively on One Soccer. Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and a preferred match ball for League One Ontario. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of League One. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted brand for automotive race parts and accessories. The Canadian Premier League, our game, our country, our league. And Ontario Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire, and unite. Ladies and gentlemen, after the game, there will be an autograph signing session with the Woodbridge Strikers players in the men's Premier Division team. So for all you youngsters, we're going to make a line towards the front of the stadium after the match for an autograph session. Tonight's match is live streamed live on Spideo. Make a free account and watch your Woodbridge Strikers men and women teams all season long here at the Grove in the Bridge. First installment of 3 of the Vaughan Derby in the 2025 League One Ontario men's campaign. Woodbridge 0, Vaughan 0. We hope you enjoy the second half.
Nella vita tu sei il mio successo, io metto l'amore non ce l'ho mai, è chiaro adesso, nella vita tu sei il mio successo, io metto l'amore non ce l'avevo mai. Non sei ovunque vai, sai che o sei vai, che aiuto se non ce la fai, e capisci, me l'hai detto, ma mio voce, ciao adesso, ciao sera.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Vaughan Grove Stadium here in Woodbridge, Ontario, Canada, at the Grove in the Bridge for League One Ontario Men's Premier Division action. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the Bridge, having the pleasure of bringing you this live commentary live on Spideo for Woodbridge Strikers Match Day Live. Woodbridge 0, Vaughan 0, in the first of 3 installments of the Vaughan Derby in this 2025 League One Ontario Men's Premier Division campaign. It's a pleasure to have you join us here, as both teams got chances, got cautions, and got moments in the first half. But in this second half, whose moment will come first? Fantastic ball from Anthony Aromaterio. Aromaterio finds Pinto. Luca Pinto drives. And a good rub off the ball there from Shemiri Omezi. Jacob Bagley always occupying this Vaughan central defensive midfield. Bagley to Omezi. He goes back to Andrea Nungonza. No halftime substitutions. Vaughan maintaining possession early on here in the second half. Who will draw first blood in the first installment of the Vaughan Derby? Here's Spittle off his boots and collected by Aromaterio. Anthony Aromaterio to Finney, to Condello, who clears his lines. The big man up, right on the back side of Chiquilo from Mathieu Laurent. And Chiquilo goes crashing down to the turf. Chiquilo looks to be okay. He's got to go off with the trainer David Lisi coming on. Drop ball there, right for the Woodbridge man and Hakeem. To Condello. Condello goes long. Flick on from Canonisho, but Marshall is not high there. He's on the right side of him, looking for the connection. Here's Alejandro Portal. What can the Cuban create in the middle of the park? He goes for the far right flank for Nick Spittle. Spittle looking for the 1-2 combination. Good turn from Raheem Rose. Rose here looking to break channels, looking to break through. Baquero, touch back. He leaves it off neatly for Spittle. Spittle now shooting. Blocked by Joseph Finney, out for a Vaughan corner kick. Corner kick now for Andy Baquero. Baquero delivery is short. Marshall clears. Chiquilo, 1v2, trying to press on. And now it's to Carboni, the keeper, playing Portal. Portal finds Andrea Nungonza. Nungonza. Here's Robinson. Here's Baquero. Baquero centering. Rose is there. Rose! Oh, mamma mia, what a defensive intervention. Slide tackle by Carmen Fiore, and Fiore makes a big, maybe goal-saving challenge there on Raheem Rose. A big, big challenge from Carmen Fiore, the Humber Hawk. Making sure he does not make his team concede early in the second half. Stays 0-0. Here is Joe Mack. Mack to Justin Chiquilo. Chiquilo cuts back, finds Mack. Mack off the shin of Laurent, taken by Andy Baquero. Baquero looking to thread the needle through. He gives it away to Condello. Condello to Aromaterio. Anthony Aromaterio back. Dangerously so to Joe Mack. Mack now will play it to David Carano. Carano finds Nabil Hakim, who has to go back to his keeper, Carano. Carano to Mack in the middle of the park. Good first touch, turn and go. Mack, Aromaterio. Aromaterio trying to pick out a man. It might fall for Marshall. Marshall is trying to come in, and he has a shove on the number 23, Andrea Nungonza. That ball almost worked from Aromaterio. Now here's Vaughan, right in the middle of the field from Baquero. Andy Baquero driving. Baquero has a pass. Robinson is in. Robinson cuts back, shooting. Looking short side. That was blocked in front by Gianluca Condello, and out for a corner kick for Vaughan. Delivery coming in from the captain. Robinson, it's a good one at the front post though. Ronaldo Marshall headers away. Portal. Decent ball. Bagley was wrapped and draped all over Aromaterio and Joe Mack there. So you got to take him out for some coffee first. He was all over him. Seven minutes into the second half. Scoreless here in the Bridge. Who will draw first blood? Will it be anybody tonight? You know the Grove has a flair for the late dramatics and fireworks. Marshall looking from Mack. Mack couldn't connect with him that time though. Alejandro Portal with the switch. It's a loose ball. Finney steals. Joseph Finney. Anthony Aromaterio, oh, he's got to take the first touch. He doesn't. It's turned over. Now Finney is out of position. An error from Aromaterio that time. Here comes Raheem Rose. Trying to counterattack here on Woodbridge. Rose 1-2 combination with Campoli. Back to Rose, now it goes. Rose now finds the captain Robinson. Robinson an in-swing in delivery. Carrero's got to be out. And he comes to claim, drops it, then picks it back up. Decent from Vaughan on the counter. That time an error from Woodbridge in the middle of the park. Carrero to Joseph Finney. Finney to Chiquilo. Good first touch. Chiquilo trying to dance his way in the middle of the park. He finds a Aromaterio. Aromaterio 1-2 to Mack. Mack goes to the near flank now for Luca Pinto. Pinto has Marshall down the line. He'll pick out Marshall down the line. Marshall driving. 1v1 on Alejandro Portal. Marshall centering, and that's off the boot of Portal into touch for a Woodbridge corner kick. It's a good ball from Pinto, picking out the veteran and Woodbridge lifer, Ronaldo Marshall. In swinging delivery coming in from Joseph Finney. Can he connect with a Woodbridge head in the middle of the penalty area? In swinging corner. It's a long delivery. At the back post it comes. Woodbridge keep it in. Chance here for the strikers. Cananisho drops it off. Chiquilo's got room. He shoots off the post. Rebound Condelo. And he goes over top of the goal. Mamma mia, what a chance for Chiquilo and Condelo, and Woodbridge can't strike. The best opportunity of the match comes from the York product in Chiquilo. Woodbridge were close, but too close for comfort for Vaughan. A massive opportunity goes begging for the strikers as Chiquilo and Condelo can't strike. It was so close, but the woodwork, Carbone's best friend, saves the day. Can Woodbridge gain some momentum from it? Bagley has to go back to the goalie, Alessio Carbone. Goes another poor ball from Carbone out of the back. Gives it away for a Woodbridge throw. Mack steals the ball. Good intervention in the middle of the park. Here's Anthony Aromaterio. Aromaterio to Marshall. Marshall is offside, but Aromaterio's going to get a foul for his team and a free kick for Woodbridge. That's the thing about Anthony Aromaterio. He will look to win the ball and win it through channels and earn those free kicks for the strikers. Woodbridge gaining some momentum here. Almost from Justin Chiquilo, his York University coach, sitting on his opposing bench, watching almost his players scoring a wonder goal. Here's Finney, in swinging free kick. Good one, Condelo's there, punched away by Carbone. Not fully clear, and Nick Spittle has to put it into touch. This is better from Woodbridge, maintaining their composure at the start of this second half. Vaughan had moments. Woodbridge now are counteracting that. Here is Marshall. Marshall wins another corner off the head of Shemire Omezi. This is where their chance came, off a corner kick. At the back post, looking to curl it in, was Chiquilo. Finney will stand over the set-piece corner kick again. On the left-footed in swinger. Delivery's a good one. It's swinging. Scores! An Olympico. Mamma mia. Josefini. What a goal. It's 1-0 Woodbridge.
Feel the vibe. Everybody come alive.
Josefini. An Olympico. And Woodbridge up 1-0 at the ground. In the Woodbridge. Mamma mia. What a goal.
Everybody come alive.
Woodbridge strikers goal! Scored in the 57th minute by number 4, Joseph Fini!
Baquero and Aromaterio, an intervention in the middle of the park. Romaterio saying there, Ronaldo Marshall saying there was a elbow flying into a Romaterio, and Baquero's going to get a caution.
Yellow card issued in the 58th minute to Vaughan Judy, number 2, Andy Baquero.
So, an Olympico goal scored by the left boot off the corner from Joseph Fini. A wonder strike. As Woodbridge take a 1-0 lead in their title hopes. Now 7 points clear of Scrosapi, but they got lots of work to do with Vaughan looking to press and find an equalizer. Mamma mia, what a goal from Joseph Fini. He didn't play last year, came back, starting now midway through the campaign, and he scores maybe the best goal of the year in the 2025 League One Ontario men's campaign. Mac trying to steal. Vaughan under pressure here. Can Woodbridge pile on the opportunities? Vaughan looking for an equalizer. That's good from Bagley. He finds Nick Spittle. Spittle finds Raheem Rose. Cutting in. Raheem Rose shooting. He's looking for his wonder strike. That's not coming. 60 minutes approaching. 30 to play. And it's 1-0 Woodbridge, courtesy of Joseph Fini in the 57th minute. What a goal. Here's Marshall. A push, and now there's a lot of complaints coming from this Vaughan side. You're down 1, just go out and play. That time a shove from Marshall on Nungonza. He goes down easily, and here is the aforementioned Nungonza carrying it forward, looking for a ball. It's a good one. Can Campoli keep it in, though? Condello tracking. Good work from Gianluca Condello, but that's good from Campoli. It was going out. Now he wins a corner for Vaughan. Vaughan looking for an instant equalizer. A delivery coming in from the captain, Robinson. Decent at the front post, though, again. Away from Ronaldo Marshall. Alejandro Portal to Andy Baquero. Baquero delivery! And away from Condello. Cananisho looking to clear. He had Chiquilo. He'll pick him out with an aerial. Chiquilo, decent first touch, looking forward, though. Gives it away to Spittle, who finds Bagley. Bagley to Alejandro Portal. Portal threading the needle through the channel in the middle of the park. Robinson finds Nick Spittle. 1-0 Woodbridge. Out-of-town score, Simcoe up 2-0 over Sigma in the 64th minute in the men's Premier Division. Here is the captain, Robinson, looking, finding Bagley, I should say, excuse me. Here is Jacob Bagley now, lays it off for Alejandro Portal. Portal to Andy Baquero. Baquero, he has room to hit. He'll go outside, but he doesn't connect with anyone. Looked like he was hitting, then faked the shot, and his teammates were even confused. Deep throw in, though, for Fini in the Woodbridge final third. You're watching Woodbridge Strikers Match Day live on Spidey. I'm Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the bridge, bringing us play-by-play for the 4th year running now. The only team in the League One pyramid that has home live streams every match for the League One Ontario men and women Premier Division sides. It's a pleasure to have you join us at the Grove in the Bridge for League One Ontario men's Premier Division action. Woodbridge 1, Vaughan no score in the 62nd minute. An Olympico goal in the 57th minute by Joseph Finney for Woodbridge. Man, did he ever get everything on that curl. Here's Rose now, trying to pass Finney. Finney does well. Rose does better to keep that play in. Aromaterio's got to be careful, and it's a sublime tackle from the number 6. Brilliant from Aromaterio. Then gives that one up, and another sliding tackle from Anthony Aromaterio. Into touch for a Vaughan throw-in. Looks like the super sub, Anthony Morano, is going to enter in the 63rd minute for Ronaldo Marshall.
Substitution in the 63rd minute for your Woodbridge Strikers. Exiting the match, number 9, Ronaldo Marshall. Entering the match, number 21, Anthony Morano.
A planned substitute and substitution mostly every single match in the last 2 to 3 years. Morano in for Marshall. He takes over the spot of the reigning Golden Boot leader in the men's Premier Division. Marshall, a decent showing, but not the service he fully wanted on his boots this evening. Morano creates every single match he's in, but it looks like it wants to be Portal and Vaughan creating now. Good tackle by Fiore. Easily down by Omezi, and now into touch for a Vaughan throw. So the first substitution of the match comes in favor of the Strikers. Morano in, Marshall out. 64 minutes into the match, 1-0 Woodbridge. Here's Pinto going along with it. He finds the aforementioned Anthony Morano. Morano does extremely well. Morano, fantastic. He's onside, Cananicho on his own half. The ball is through, but Portal is there. As Chiquilo was looking to pick out Cananicho, a little bit softer, and it could have fell right into the path of the 20-year-old. But you had to try it no matter what, because he was gone down Main Street if he got the first touch from Anthony Cananicho. Here is Shamiri Omezi. Omezi to the captain. Robinson wants to pick out Omezi. Him and Pinto battling. That could be a foul on Omezi with the pullback. Pinto maintaining composure, and that goes out for a Woodbridge goal kick. Great work from Luca Pinto. Woodbridge forward. Here's Anthony Morano. 1v1 with Enguza. Morano had a chance to center. Oh, that was close. Cananicho was going, but a good intervention by Mathieu Laurent. Here is Robinson. Looks like Vaughan pressing with numbers a little bit more, looking for an equalizer, so they will be prone to the counterattack for Woodbridge. Woodbridge have to commit numbers defensively, though. Lots of football to be played. Pinto battling Omezi. Fiore with secondary help keeps it into Condello. Condello just having a clear, but that's up the middle of the park. You don't want to clear there. It's to the boots of Mathieu Laurent. Laurent finds Nick Spittle. Spittle to Rose. Rose always a creator. He finds Campoli. Campoli a finisher. Lays it off to Rose. 1-2 here, finds Alejandro Portal. Can the Cuban create? Portal to Campoli. It's a good touch, but that goes Vaughan 0. If it stays like this, Woodbridge are 7 points clear at the top of the table from Scorsapi and Simcoe. Woodbridge 4 games remain, Scorsapi 5 remain, Simcoe 2 remain. A win today for Woodbridge, there's only one team that can catch them, and it is Scorsapi. A tie, there's still a couple teams that can reach the Strikers' point tallies. A big moment in the campaign for Woodbridge. Can they hang on? But there's lots of football to be played. You don't want to rest on the 1-goal lead. You don't want to rest on the morals, but you are in the driver's seat. Portal. Condello, an intervention. It's a backspin of the ball, though. Finds Feeney. The Woodbridge goal scorer. Lost it cheaply. A chance here. Robinson. Counterattack. Lays it off. Back shot. Oh, mamma mia. What an intervention. Carmen Fiore again possibly saves another goal for Woodbridge as the finish was trying to come in by the captain Robinson, and Fiore just sacrificed his body, throws it in front, and saves the day once again for Carano and Woodbridge. Brilliant from the center back. Here's Portal. Portal to Condello, and he's just got to clear. No one is up there, but Woodbridge are in a moment here where they just have to try to do anything to hang on. Touch by Carbone, not the greatest. Controls though, and then finds Nungonza. Now to Portal. Woodbridge have to make sure they don't play too much of a high line here, also get played over top. Here is Alejandro Portal. He finds Baquero to Bagley. Bagley. Baquero. Andy Baquero lost it. Now to Mac. To Morano. Morano. Canarnicio had Joe Mac going on this near side. And that's a poor ball from Canarnicio. He should have played Mac right here and then try to thread the needle through down the flank. That time a misplay. Just you need to have the vision in the middle of the park here, especially late and trying to counterattack a team that is looking to press. You can see it's a higher press from Vaughan. Canarnicio battling with Bagley in the middle of the park. Here's Raheem Rose getting tackled and a chance here. Canarnicio couldn't win it on the slide, and back to Rose. Loose touch. Aromaterio now gets that off his boot and finding Joe Mack. Mack, oof. That's a slide by Portal dangerously. Here's Mack. Has Pinto wide on the near flank. We'll find Morano in the interchange play. Morano, 1-2 combination. Back here with Chiquilo. But back from Mathieu Laurent to Carbone. Back to Laurent. Baquero. Andy Baquero, can he create something for Vaughan? Robinson to Nick Spittle. First touch Sublime on the far side. Good slide tackle from, oh, I thought he was ball, it wasn't. According to the head referee, Scott Bowman. And a free kick for Vaughan. Free kick here for Vaughan. An in-swinging delivery. Woodbridge need to clear. In the 71st minute, can an equalizer come to fruition for Vaughan? The captain over top of it. The delivery's a good one. Bagley headers. Who's that off? A goal kick for Woodbridge off of Vaughan. Simcoe up 2-0 over Sigma, out-of-town scores in the League One Ontario Men's Premier Division, 74th minute. Only one match, NDC versus Vaughan, in the Women's Premier Division, 9 p.m. at the Zankin Automotive Soccer Center indoors tonight. The second last home match of the season for Woodbridge men. Morano flick on header. Looking for Chiquilo. Long by Omezi. Now Mack. Forward. Controlled by Nungonza, and he'll play it to Spittle on the far side. Pinto headering up. Robinson the touch. Robinson, good delivery in. Looking for Baquero. Baquero controls neatly. In the penalty area. Touchdown and cleared. Here's Morano. Bodied off the ball by Andrea Nungonza. And controlled back with Laurent. He finds Bagley. 72 minutes in. Woodbridge 1, Vaughan no score. You're watching Woodbridge Strikers Match Day Live on Spidey on Nicholas Fiore, the voice of the bridge, bringing this live commentary for the 4th year running. Here are the substitutions coming up now. 1 for Woodbridge, it seems to be, and 2 for Vaughan. Looks like Raheem Rose, interesting substitution. He exits the game for Vaughan. And it looks like Adriano Ianello is in for Rose. Chiquilo's going to exit the game for Woodbridge.
Substitutions in the 73rd minute for Vaughan Azzurri. Exit the match, number 18, Alejandro Portal. Entering the match, number 7, Marco Sciortino.
So Sciortino in for Portal.
Exiting for Vaughan, Raheem Rose, number 5, and entering number 20, Adriano Ianello.
So Ianello in, Sciortino in for Rose and Portal. Vaughan delivery, Fiore headers away. Here's Aromaterio, bringing it down, laying it off for Joseph Finney. Finney's got to move it. Finney chopped down, and a foul called against Vaughan in the 74th minute. Woodbridge up by 1. An absolute screamer of a goal from the corner kick, an Olympico from Finney. Fiore, good intervention. Finds Morano. Morano goes backwards, and Woodbridge collect. And a foul on Vaughan's Bagley. Misplay there from Woodbridge on the free kick, giving it away. Here's Andy Baquero for Vaughan. Vaughan with a delivery, fired away by Fiore. Now Hakeem gets up, finds Aromaterio. Aromaterio looking to make the play, he wins it. That's a foul on Aromaterio and a gimme by the ref. That's a dive from Baquero.
Woodbridge striker substitution in the 73rd minute. Exiting match, number 7, Justin Chiquilo. Entering the match, number 13, Alexander Santillan.
So Santillan in for Chiquilo. A chance here for Vaughan. A bit of an over-exaggeration from Andy Baquero there on the foul of Aromaterio. Campolia delivery, back post. Woodbridge look to clear, and they do with Joe Mack. It's good work there from Mack. Little. Spittle, I should say, for Vaughan. Nick Spittle keeps it in, goes back to the goalkeeper, Carbone, and Goza has pressure on him. It's Santillan now. How is that a foul? We're not playing volleyball, ref. Let them play. That's atrocious. Here come Vaughan again. Begley looking. Pinto tracking. The speed coming in from Ianello now. Looking to win it, but it's out to touch for a Woodbridge throw-in. Woodbridge are 13 minutes or so away from a big victory in the Vaughan Derby. Can Vaughan find an equalizer? Begley loses it. Here's Mack to Moreno. Moreno, a pass between the legs of L1ON. Couldn't pick out Joe Mack. Carbone looks to clear, and he'll go. That's a good ball that time from Carbone to the captain, Robinson. Chance for Woodbridge on the counterattack, goes begging. Woodbridge 1, Vaughan no score. 78 minutes in here at the Grove in the Bridge. Pinto picks out the ball, steals it and finds Moreno. Has Pinto. Moreno finds Pinto down the flank. Moreno going back in. Pinto finds him. Moreno touch. Moreno shot. Scores! 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 Mamma mia, what a goal! Anthony Moreno, 2-0 Woodbridge. Feel the vibe, baby.
Woodbridge strikers goal. Scored in the 79th minute by number 21, Anthony Moreno.
Mamma mia, what a play. Tic-tac-toe. The interchange play sublime from the Woodbridge veterans. Morano, Pinto, Pinto, Morano. And just like that, Woodbridge are up 2-0 at the Grove in the Bridge. That's another atrocious call. That's 50-50 shoulder to shoulder by the referee. Woodbridge are now trying to play through it as we approach the 80th minute. Vaughan looking to strike on a free kick. Woodbridge up 2. Pinto started it with the header and the defensive intervention. Had the combination play. Pinto to Morano. Back to Pinto and back to Morano with a neat finish past the sliding Carbone. But there wasn't enough sauce on that one for the Vaughan keeper. And in the back of the net it goes for Anthony Morano. The super sub strikes. Every time he comes on, there's an assist or a goal in his future. Every match since coming back from injury, Morano combines for magic. Shot comes in and blocked by the wall. And you can see the fight and passion from this Woodbridge team. And Alexander Santillan with a defensive intervention. It's all Woodbridge right now at the Grove in the Bridge. It's Morano's world and we're just living in it. You're watching Woodbridge Strikers Matchday Live on Spider. I'm Nicholas Fury, the voice of the Bridge. The 81st minute here at the Vaughan Grove Stadium. 2-0 Woodbridge. For League One Ontario Men's Premier Division action. A big insurance marker. Now a professional 10 minutes plus needed from the Strikers to pull away for their title hopes and their first ever title hopes since 2015 in League One Ontario. They've won 2 cups in 2015, the first ever League Cup, and in 2017. But for Woodbridge, with all the great teams they had in 18-19 and just before COVID, they couldn't get the job done. This Woodbridge team is different. They're built different. And right now, they're on prime pole position. Look out. To make an impact. And remember what's at the end of the bright tunnel for Woodbridge. We're not going to say it just yet, though. With 4 matches to go, they are 7 points clear right now of Scrosapi and Simcoe. With this result, no other team can catch Woodbridge this season other than Scrosapi FC. They will be out of the reach of Alliance, St. Catharines, Oakville, Burlington, along with Vaughan, Sigma, North Toronto, and London. Shot comes in, goes just wide of the mark as Vaughan are trying to press and probe forward in the 82nd minute. But right now, it's Woodbridge up by 2 over Vaughan, and there's still 2 more installments of the Vaughan Derby to play. Here is Alexander Santillion. Looking for the ball. That time an intervention by Vaughan. Here come the Azzurri. Baquero looking to create. Goes out to the far side. And now it's to the number 3.
Vaughan Azzurri substitution, the 81st minute. Exiting the match number 25, Nick Spittle. Entering the match number 13, Justin Santos.
Ball comes in, out of the reach, and it's to the likes of Carano. Right now, head coach Peter Pinizzotto getting the battle once from Carmen Isako, the 2 longest standing coaches in the men's Premier Division in League 1 Ontario. Pinto gets up high. That's a clearance. Woodbridge have to be sure they deal with this. It might fall, it might bounce. Carano's got to get up, and he does neatly. It's brilliant work from the keeper, David Carano. Chance here for Vaughan, looking to strike, centering, and another good defensive play. Joe Mack coming back, and it's everyone by committee for Woodbridge. Absolutely brilliant. Looks like Vaughan's number 3 came in as well. Andron Kagramayan. Chance coming to the edge of the area. Cleared again by Woodbridge. I'm telling you, it's defensive effort by committee for Woodbridge this season. They know they are maybe 3 more points away from clinching this. It's very, very close for the Strikers. 4 matches remain. 5 minutes remain in this one plus added time, and Woodbridge are up 2-0 over Vaughan in the first of 3 installments, 3 in a row, I might add. Who created that schedule in the Vaughan Derby? If they want a bloodbath, you're going to get it.
Vaughan Azzurri substitutions in the 85th minute. Entering the match, number 3, Andron Kagramayan. Exiting the match, number 2, Andy Baquero. Exiting the match, number 11, Ryan Robinson. Entering the match, number 17, Michael Campoli.
Shot coming in over top of the goal, but the whistle goes for a foul on Vaughan. Good ball, Carano. Good touch by Santillion. Look at Santillion. That's going to be a yellow card all day. A cynical foul, a foul that was needed on the run of play, and it will be going to Vaughan's number 6. And that's an indication how this second half evening has been going for Vaughan.
Yellow card issued in the 87th minute to Vaughan Auxiliaries number 6, Shamir Omezi.
Three minutes to go. Woodbridge in pole position here. In a big Vaughan derby. Free kick. Condello. That's a smart play. Just chip it into the area. Now where you can go more or less a little bit more into the corner. Taken by Woodbridge. Cananisho to Joe Mack. Mack to Luca Pinto. Pinto to Mack. Mack. Morano. Morano to Anthony Cananisho. It's
Woodbridge strikers goal in the 88th minute, his second of the match, scored by number 21, Anthony Morano.
absolute brilliant play. Oh, yellow card coming. Who's that going to? I think that's going to Condello, or is it going to Joe Mack? It's going to Mack.
Yellow card issued in the 89th minute to Woodbridge strikers number 8, Joe Mack.
Mack must have said something. That's the only reason why he's getting a card. Unless there's no thick skin by the head referee here. It is not like hockey, we know that. The footy officials give cards like it's Christmas. Scott Bowman didn't like what Mack said, so there's a yellow.
Vaughan Auxiliaries yellow card in the 86th minute issued to number 3, Andron Kagramayan.
So the former TFC product, Omezi card, Kagramayan card, Morano goal, and then Mack card. And here's more subs coming up. 3-0 Woodbridge. Owning the second half, owning the Vaughan derby, and making Vaughan relish their missed chances as they sit 8th in the table, and Woodbridge are maybe 3 to 5 points away from clinching their first League One title. In swinging delivery coming, and that is just wayward.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time.
into the first minute of added time, I should say, excuse me. Remember, folks, you can follow our YouTube channel at Woodbridge Strikers Soccer Club for post-game interviews. Also, Woodbridge are now 7 points clear, and they're going to improve to an 11-win, 4-draw, 1-loss record, and that loss came to St. Catharines 1-0 with a 96th minute winner from Roma Wolves. My goodness, if that didn't happen, they would be unbeaten right now. But Woodbridge will not care. They are 7 points clear at the top of the table. That means Scrosapi must win at minimum 3 of their last 5 games to even pass Woodbridge. That's a good play for Vaughan. Can they break the clean sheet? No, they can't, because Gianluca Condello has a brilliant defensive play. Mamma mia, what a defensive play. Into touch for a Woodbridge goal kick, not even conceding a corner. I'm telling you right now, it's Woodbridge's world, and we're just living in it in 2025. The Strikers are oh so close to history. It would be absolutely historic, where they haven't had the greatest of lucks in the women's program this year. A lot of changes. The men's program absolutely flying high. Players left it. I think they will regret it now, don't you? Woodbridge on top here against Vaughan. Here's Finney, and offside, and it's just going Woodbridge's way, every which way you see it. 1 minute remain for Woodbridge to be oh so close to a title with 4 matches to play. Mamma mia, what a game. What a game, and what a second half. It could have went either way, but Woodbridge said, this is our home, and we're going to take it to you. And there is Woodbridge again. Defensive interventions by committee. Everyone knowing their role, everyone playing their role, and you can see the exuberance from this club, from this team, from this program, and each and every player on the pitch and off the pitch. And there it is again. Condello stealing. Has Moreno, but couldn't pick him out. This match has 10 seconds to play. Vaughan, a last chance here. Will David Carano get his clean sheet? He does. And Woodbridge are victorious in the Vaughan Derby, 3-0.
The final score is your Woodbridge Strikers 3, Vaughan Azzurri 0. We sincerely thank you for your support this evening. Be sure to join us once again on Sunday, August 10th, 7 p.m. as FC London are in town. Before that, your Woodbridge Strikers take on Vaughan in the second installment of Vaughan Derby next Sunday at North Maple, and then midweek in the League Cup semifinals on August 6th at North Maple. Woodbridge win. Until next time, I'm Nicholas Fiore. Good night and ciao. Also, ladies and gentlemen, remember there is a signing, an autograph signing with the Woodbridge men players at the front of the stadium. So line up and make sure the youngsters